Hi everybody, it's Pat from the Master Knife Shop coming to you today with a review on a nice Microtech. This particular one has some really cool proprietary steel made just for Microtech M390MK. We'll talk about that later in the video, so hang on and learn a little about that. This is the MSI Ram-Lok for Microtech. MSI stands for Microtech Standard Issue. I served 20 years in the service, and Standard Issue for us when we were receiving our goods meant that it was indispensable. The things that they gave us when we joined the military, Standard Issue was things that you needed no matter what. And trust me when I tell you, this particular knife is one of those knives. Now, as usual, really nice Microtech box comes in. They always take care of good packaging. Also in the box, you're going to find some cool stuff in there. This is your care package, your warranty information, of course, stickers. Everybody likes to get stickers, so those will be in the box with it. What we're looking at here is straight up work knife, hardcore work knife. When I'm not working in the knife shop, I am a builder. I've got a small company. This is a knife I would take on the job site. This thing is hardcore, heavy-duty work knife. You can carry EDC. We'll talk about the specs and the weight's not that bad. You can still do it, but you'll notice size-wise, it's pretty big, but it is built tough. This does have the Ram-Lok for opening and closing. Really cool. Just like the Axis lock, I think from Benchmade, this one's better. I just get the feel. We work in the knife shop. We play with them all the time. And I just feel like the Ram-Lok is just a better piece. And I also like the fact that their X button does not extend out too far to the sides, but still has enough grip that when you're opening and closing, it's super smooth. You've got ball bearings in the pivot, which is really cool. This particular one is aluminum with some fluting on it. You can see that there. The milling is really beautiful as usual. It's got a sheep's foot blade with some bead blast on the blade. A nice thumb opening there. It's got an unusual shape. It's just because of the contour of the knife. I think it's cool looking. It's just a vibe. I like it. It does, of course, have steel liners along with the titanium spacer. Nice deep pocket clip, which is reversible. You get this in our shop. We'll go ahead and switch it over for lefties as you wait. It takes a couple minutes to switch it over. So really nicely done. I just feel like it's a really great work knife. For a guy I spend my time building, I find this would be perfect on the job site for something like that. Now, it does come with this aluminum fluted, but we also carried in another style, which is really cool. This is some milled G10 scales. Along with that, full serrations all the way down. Now that's, you're like, well, why would I use that? There's plenty of people that come into our shop that do need serrations, and some guys say, I need the full serrations. That's my job, whether they're blue collar guys, maybe they're a rancher or a farmer. This really comes in handy for that style blade. Everything else about the knife is going to be the same. They just switched out the serrations and the scales material to G10, but you still have the titanium spacer. You have the reversible clip, all the cool features that you're going to have with this guy. I just feel like once you hold it in your hand, people come into our shop and play with this. If they're blue collar, or if they're one of those folks that work out in the field and farm and ranch, they just love this style knife. It's really, really nice. The specs, pricing, and links to purchases are in the description below, so make sure you check that out and we're done. Speaking about how easy it is to carry and the working surface, this is 4.7 ounces for your weight. So it's medium weight for an EDC. It's not overly heavy. It's not overly light. You do want it to be tough and feel like you're holding a sturdy knife when you're working with it. As far as size, that's where some people are a little leery to worry about it because it comes out at 9 inches for your full length, which is kind of pretty big for your EDC, but at the same time, it is a work knife. Your working edge for this is 3.5 inches. Plenty to work with. It's just a great piece. Now we're going to talk about the steel I mentioned at the very beginning. Bohler puts out an M390 steel that's really popular. We see it in a lot of the knives we sell in the knife shop. Well, Microtech went to them and said, we want something a little bit better. We love the M390. Can you work with us? And they created M390MK with Bohler collaboration. And basically what they've done is they've increased the edge retention and increased the toughness because they wanted this to be a solid work knife. And so what they've done is increase the carbon content of your steel, a few other tweaks in that steel, but the main thing they mentioned was they increased the carbon, which increased your edge retention and your toughness. So let's look at the regular M390 on the chart, and then we can kind of adjust your mind to what you're seeing. This is your edge retention, your toughness, your corrosion resistance. So we keep this chart handy for all of our videos. And you can see for the edge retention, boom, M390 right here. It's got plenty of edge retention. And for what they did was adding that carbon, it jumps up. The same with this toughness. They really liked this steel, but they said it wasn't tough enough for what they wanted. Adding that carbon, Bohler did for them, it jumps up their toughness even higher. I believe it went from a 3.5 all the way up to a 7. And then, of course, stainless properties, corrosion resistance is always super good for M390 steel of any kind. So that really is a perfect work knife. I would take it on a job site with myself anytime. It is on my bucket list to buy. No, I don't have it yet, but I will own one. So I really love this knife. If you're looking at the two prices here, this aluminum one's going to come in at $301.99, and then the G10 scales with serrations a little bit higher at $315.99. Just a little more work putting this one together, a little bit higher price there. Otherwise, it's still going to be the same knife. Really great work knife, really something you want to keep in your toolbox or just carry as an EDC. That's it today for the MSI Ram-Lok from Microtech. I hope you found this information helpful. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit that bell, and that way you can get plenty of the new content coming out whenever we're releasing our new videos, which is pretty often. That's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.